under a rock, even if you've been under a rock, you may know by now that the Mavericks have the number 1 overall pick in the 2025 NBA draft. And on the show today, we are going to break down every single possibility with the number 1 overall pick. I think there is a bevy of things that could happen with this pick, and we'll see what the Mavs could potentially do. I think these are your main 4 possibilities right here. Could you draft Cooper Flagg, which I think is the most likely possibility? Trade it for a veteran. You could trade back and try to acquire more assets, or you could draft someone else. Before we kick off today's show, I want to hear from you guys down in the comment section. What will the Mavs do with the pick? Out of these 4 possibilities, predict it. If one of the possibilities you think isn't listed, go on down there and let me know what you think the Mavs will do with the first overall pick. And let's get the obvious out of the way right now. The right move is drafting Cooper Flagg. The right move is staying put at number 1 and drafting the best overall prospect in the draft by far, the best overall prospect in the last at least 2 years minimum, and one of the, I would say, 3 best prospects over the last 10 years to enter the NBA draft. Take Cooper Flagg, and you're instantly back into contention in the Western Conference. And if Nico Harrison has told you anything over the last 3 months, that defense wins championships. According to him, not my words, his words. Flagg is the best defender in the draft and can adapt to any team's style. If you want to do the easy thing, it's staring you right in the face. Just take number 2 out of Duke. He had a sensational freshman season at Duke. After playing half the year at just 17 years old, he turned 18 in December. He averaged over 19 a game, got 7.5 boards, got 1.5 blocks and steals per night, shot it well, and shot it well from 3 as well. Again, there are things that he could work on, such as his late game execution. I think his ball handling could use a little bit of an improvement, but he is by far the best prospect in this draft and instantly helps you as a win now team, which is what the Mavericks are. As Nico said the day after the trade, the easiest thing would be doing nothing. And for the first time in 3 months, I think I actually agree with Nico Harrison and his thinking. The easiest thing would be to do nothing. So do nothing. Stay put at 1, take Cooper Flagg, and let's move on from there. The Mavericks would obviously have to adjust their roster around Cooper Flagg and around Anthony Davis, and that's certainly something that Nico will have to take into account. But just take the easy way out. Turn in the draft card right now. Tell Adam Silver you're taking Flagg, and the draft can start at 2. That's really what I hope the Mavericks do. And if I had to gauge it, I'd put it at about a 90% chance that Cooper Flagg is wearing a Dallas Mavericks uniform come October. I won't put it at 100, though, until I see that name go up definitively at the end of June. Trading him for a vet, trading the number 1 pick for a veteran is obviously something on the table that we can't rule out. I ruled out the Mavericks trading Luka, and look what happened. So I'm not going to rule out them trading it for a veteran, whether it be Giannis Antetokounmpo, Kevin Durant, or someone else that we haven't mentioned yet. And Giannis is an intriguing prospect. There is no doubt about it. Averaging over 30 points the last 3 years. He's going to get you 11-plus rebounds. He's going to shoot extremely efficient from the field because most of his attempts are at the rim. He's able to block shots. He's able to steal. He's able to affect the game on the defensive end in a way that most people just can't because he has the ability to switch very efficiently and can guard everybody on the court with his length and athleticism. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't trade the number 1 overall pick for Giannis, but you could talk me into it. I could see why people would want to do it. Now, do I think acquiring Giannis is a possibility without trading the number 1 overall pick? I think that's something we absolutely have to discuss here. Look at his contract. You got $54.1 million next year, $58.4 million the next, and he has a player option in 28, 29. I know it says 27, get over it, for a player option of $62.7 million. And if you're wondering if this deal looks familiar, it absolutely does. Because Anthony Davis's contract is identical. They signed the exact same veteran maximum extension down to the dollar figure. So theoretically, if you wanted to package Anthony Davis in a trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo, you could easily do it. Now, I don't think the Milwaukee Bucks are trading Giannis without getting the number 1 overall pick in exchange. But if you could find a way to do that deal without trading number 1 and keeping Cooper Flagg and trading AD for Giannis, I would absolutely do it, but I don't see that happening. Anthony Davis is Nico Harrison's guy. The video of Nico, Kobe, and Anthony Davis at the USA basketball camp in, I believe, 2012 resurfaced. And you could just see the way Nico was looking at Anthony Davis. It was kind of weird, if I'm being honest with you. But AD is Nico's boy. He's not going anywhere. If Giannis was on the table, though, I would absolutely do it. But I don't think either party, whether it be the Milwaukee Bucks or the Dallas Mavericks, would be interested in this deal. But let me know what you guys think. I would be interested in this deal. Would you trade AD and number 1 for Giannis? Type T for trade or type P for pass down in the comment section. This will be the pinned comment on today's show, so you may get hit with the YouTube ad right here in just a couple of seconds. And when that happens, go on down there and get your votes in whether or not you would do this trade. Kevin Durant's obviously a Hall of Famer as well. One of the best scorers this league has ever seen. Still doing it at age 37, 38. He had 27 points this year on over 50% from the field and 40% from three. Still gets you a decent amount of rebounds and assists as well. Look, I love Kevin Durant. I really do. But I'm going to pass on trading the number 1 overall pick for him. Only played in 41 games this past season, dealing with a bunch of injuries here and there. So I don't think KD is really an option for the Mavericks at this point. Like I said, I love the player. I think he's one of the best scorers of all time. I just don't know if he fits what the Mavericks are trying to build here with the roster construction, from a roster construction perspective. So unfortunately, I'm going to pass on Kevin Durant. If anything happens with the Mavericks, though, please hit that subscribe button so you stay in the know. We will have you covered here on Mavericks Today by Chat Sports. If they end up trading the number 1 overall pick, we'll go live. We'll be live for the draft when they select Cooper Flagg with the number 1 overall pick. All of that good stuff can be found right here on the channel. If anything happens regarding the Dallas Mavericks, you know where to find us. It's youtube.com/MavsTV. Trading back is also a potential option that I potentially could get on board with, simply because the Mavericks don't own their own first-round pick from 2027 to 2030. There are pick swaps involved. They straight up traded a couple of those picks for Kyrie Irving, and I believe they owe another pick swap to another team. So basically, in the next 4 years, 27 to 2030, they don't own any of their first-round picks. So trading back and acquiring more assets isn't the worst idea in the world. And if they did that and they ended up with still a very good player in the top 4 or 5 of the draft, I wouldn't necessarily be opposed to trading back, although I wouldn't love that idea. And the thing that I just wouldn't get behind whatsoever would be picking someone else at number 1. This is by far the least attractive of the 4 options. So if you stay put at number 1, Cooper Flagg has to be the pick. There is no other option. He simply has to be the guy that the Mavericks select at number 1. If the Mavs trade back to number 2 or number 3, then you can start opening it up to other possibilities. But if you're staying put, which I think is the best idea, you have to take Cooper Flagg, the forward out of Duke. Again, there is no other option. All right, so we went through all 4 possibilities of the Mavericks with the number 1 overall pick. I want you to rank these options from 1 to 4 down in the comment section. 1 being the most attractive option, 4 being the least attractive option. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think the Mavs should do with the number 1 overall pick. And that will be it for today's show, guys. Appreciate you for tuning in to Mavericks Today by Chat Sports. Hopefully Cooper Flagg is a Mav here in about 6 weeks or so, but we will find out, and stay tuned on the channel because we'll have you covered. When the Mavs make a move, we have you covered.